Good night to Grenada, Carriacou, and pretty much the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, wherever you are locally, regionally, internationally. It is time for Talking Points. Yes, once again. And we say a special good night to all of you joining us via the YouTube, all of you joining us via the Facebook, also all of you joining us via 91.9, 91.5 Real FM. Those of you joining us via We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn. We do apologize for our break in transmission for the last week, yeah? We were having serious issues with the internet where we are located, yeah? When I tell you serious issues, in fact, here's what. We were actually getting less internet connectivity than if you were using your mobile phone. We were getting less internet connectivity via that. We couldn't even download a photo. Yeah, so we attempted to do the program on Wednesday night, and you all know what took place with that. Thursday didn't make a sense because the problem wasn't corrected. It wasn't corrected Friday. The team was supposed to come out yesterday, but due to various circumstances, they were not able to come out yesterday, but they have been able to come out today, and they made sure that your boy fixed up nice. Yes, a special good night. Let me see who is on the YouTube tonight. Let me go over to the YouTube, and let me see. Oh boy, watch, yeah, I missed all you. Believe me, I missed you all. Well, no, we're gonna go Facebook first tonight, and I see Linda Imelda Francois. Good night to you. And Nurse Wendy Ann McGuire, good night. Meryl George, Meryl, good night to you, my dear. Cynthia B, Lynn Joseph, Nestor Sinclair. And I see Esther Peters, Norma Noel, Evelyn Narayan, good night to you. James Arnold, Charmaine Ragbasing. Wait, no, James Arnold, is that Iggy? I find he's a Iggy, you know. Yeah, he's a Iggy. I think I see something that look like a Iggy. Right. Teresa Gill, Shemi, good night to you, my Shemi. Where, my girl? I hope everything is okay here. Right, nice, yeah. Dillian Pierre, Mavis Mitchell, John Mark, Martin Charles, Gillian Prescott, Landon Jane, Relish Ease, good night to you. Wallan Aquad, good night, my brother. Vanessa Lalji, Joe Ad, Leroy St. Paul, let me see, Norma Roberts, Landon Jane, good night to you. Dana Abraham, Jamari Auntie, belated happy birthday, good night to you. Samantha Day, Rosanna Nichols, Kimmy Clark, good night to each and every one of you on the Facebook tonight. That tea too hot, man. Can't drink that tea hot. It's frosting up my glasses and all. It's too hot tonight. Let me see who is on the YouTube. Teresa Joseph, Agnes Henry, Maud Martin, Janice Mitchell, Debbie Seals, Listra Abraham. Listra, what's up? Moko Joseph, Francis George, Kathleen Ledlow, good night to you. Faithlyn Hallie Douglas, Deborah Laborde, Gavin Thomas, Eddie Jarvis, good night to you. Kenny Buckmeyer, good night. And I see Vanessa Lalji, Sherma Jeremiah, good night to you, my dear. But you know, always my child. All right. Casimir Thomas, good night to you, Pastor. Good night to your wife, the entire home circle. Denise Donaldson, Joyce Lewis, Deborah Flanders, Hillary Joseph, Elsie Peters, Adrian Watts, good night to you. And of course, the lovely Mrs. Watts, Jefferson Hagley, Phyllis Mitchell, Lona Lolo Williams, good night to you. Dalma Scott, Stephanie John, good night to you and the home circle, your husband, your daughters, your grand, everybody. Good night to you, Stephanie. And Marilyn Panchu, good night to you. Good life, I see you there. Clive Raymond, Velma Pascal, good night to you. Carib Spice Fitness, good night. Marian James, Sherry Lambert, Cynthia Collins, Elizabeth Douglas, Christine Alexander, good night to all of you, lovely. Jackie Raymond, Christine Otley, good night to you. Joan Henry, good night. I see Arlene, Joycelyn Francois, Rodney Barry, Patsy Frank, Andra Burke. I had to make sure I had to get the thing right. Sharon Felix, Kathleen Knights. Kathleen, how are you? Red Girl Pascal, Cindy Thomas, Desiree Joseph, Vaughn Wellington. Good night to the Wellingtons, wherever you are. Those are you in St. Patrick's and wherever. Moko Joseph, Moko Ben. My Springs people, I must call them out hard. Yeah, Amanda Moses, Charmaine Ragbasing. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, originally, yeah, not just Trinidad, originally from Springs, and then you see Carriacou, right? Carriacou, Montreal, them, yeah, right. That and Springs, right. All you want to say is Trinidad is a business. Right. Amanda Moses, Charmaine Ragbasing, Jillian Noel, Bernadette Filbert, Ann Andrews, Anastasia Buckmeyer, Bernadette Joseph, Tyrone Marcel, Christine Alexander. I see you there. Jay, what's up? Leslie James, Chris London, Jocelyn Matteson, Antonyito. I see you there, brother. Yeah, the phone line's open. Chris London, Shirley Scarrett, Ziggy called me tonight. Jerome Kenneth Lewis. I see Patrick Roberts, Alistair Andrews, Gertrude Abraham, Jamari Grandmammy. Good night to you. All right. Jillian Williams, Mayana Julian, Cicely Celestine, Kathy Albert. Good night to you. All right. Good night to all of you joining us tonight. It's wonderful to be back. We were having issues with our internet connectivity over the past week. It was a problem that existed from the week before. It got worse during last week and terrible. Yesterday, it didn't even make sense attempting. In fact, yesterday, folks were messaging me to ask me what's up with the program. And I didn't even get the messages until today because the connectivity was that bad that I could not even get the messages until today. So we're on today. We're back up. We're running. Everything is moving smooth. We're heading into the discussions for today. Nice. But before we get into the discussions for today, I find it have a song I want to play, man. Yeah. I find it have a song I want to play before I get it. I think I have a call online. Hello, good night. I missed your call, man, so I'll call you back one time. How are you doing?
Hey, James Arnold.
James Arnold, how are you doing, bro?
Uzo.
Man, Guzzo. Okay, man. You cut and what does it say? Cut and go through? Cut and go through, man.
I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers
Well,
celebrating Mother's Day Sunday. I
belated Mother's
hope
Day.
they enjoy the day Sunday.
Mhm.
Don't give up. Don't give up. We need to come back in power. We need to come back. I'm begging people to stay living. Don't go and do the wrong thing again. Man. What I do before, don't want to do that again. Don't give up. Don't give up. And we fighting for that party. We'll keep on fighting for that party. Thank you, Sheldon Scott. Enjoy the rest of the night. I love your program.
All
Keep it
right.
up.
All right, my brother. You have a good one. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I realized I missed the call, so I had to call back one time. And so, yes, folks, you can call the WhatsApp number 1473-440-7377. That's 1473-440-7373. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. Yeah, I couldn't take that one wait call. Yeah, that one didn't call any normal. Yeah.
Brother.
Hey, good night to you, Antonyito. What's up, bro?
Good night, talking points, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. Good to
Yeah,
hear from you.
well, I've been having a little issues with the internet, but it's sorted out now. Listen, the guys from
Yeah,
Flow
well,
come and they say, Mr. Scott, we're making sure you're up and running. So you
yeah,
don't
well,
know.
I understand how the system goes when it comes to equipment and some problems and equipment.
Yeah.
But Sheldon, serious note. Yeah? We seems to be going down close to very snappy elections, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to say this to the NNPI, the supporters, and especially the diaspora supporters. Now, listen to me very carefully. I'm a person that listens to politics and watch politics all over the world. There was an election in Trinidad. There was one in America, and we see what won. Change happened, we see what happened. Right? We are seeing right now, and I normally put up things on my WhatsApp, American politics,
Mm-hmm.
because I am seeing the parallels and the similarities with Deacon Mitchell and what is happening in America with the president there. I'm seeing things are happening here right now that is coincided with what Deacon is doing with NDC. The NDC know. So they might like it. NMPI, some of y'all might like it. But to me, this is my opinion. NDC has become a cult. Now, I support NMP. I'm a member of NMP. I will not, for the life of me, Sheldon, call any morning program I happen to see the Prime Minister of this country apparently on the ground now. Apparently, because his Prime Minister is not on island. So he has some podcast, and I'm promoting it. But didn't Dr. Mitchell will have a program going on, let's say from Doc? So all of a sudden,
yeah, let me hear from, and I hope, and before you go forward, I hope that every listener to this program has subscribed to Dr. Mitchell's podcast. And Antonyito, I'm going to give you the responsibility to both the Facebook and the YouTube tonight to post the link to Dr. Mitchell's podcast on YouTube. And every listener to this program should make sure that they're subscribed and that they're listening to that podcast on a weekly basis. Continue, my brother.
Sheldon, I normally do these things. When I see this, the podcast come up, I share it. Mm-hmm. But you know what is amazing to me is that Deacon Mitchell is not running against Dr. Mitchell. He's running against Grenada.
Well, who told you
NMP.
Who told you he's not running against Dr. Mitchell? He's running against Dr. Mitchell's legacy. And Dr. Mitchell made the point to Deacon Mitchell at the beginning of his sojourn in
every day. Watch me. This thing is so dreaded. If people understand what I'm telling them, I'm talking
people that cannot do so. So you're expecting common sense to come from stupidies. So you can't expect common sense to come from some dunce. Every now and again, they might get something right. But the majority of the time, they won't get things wrong. So you can't expect to hear sense from a group of people that have none. Why are you looking there?
Sheldon, I keep saying it. I am a person that records all the NDC programs. And I've been saying it. I will say it again. I won't promote it here, but I'm telling people, anytime NDC have a program, be it which one you don't like, record the program, because the next campaign, the NMP, caretakers, candidate, they're off. They have nothing to say but play clips what these people were saying. Because trust me, if people say anything like they were buying
so
it,
hold on, right? You're telling that to Sheldon Scott, right?
Yes.
No, me you're telling that too, right?
Well, Sheldon, you know how deep it in this thing.
I learned about this thing from one individual by the name of Alan Campbell. That is who teach me about clips. So I ain't giving the impression that I was the one that come up with clips and know about clips. I learned about this thing called clips from an individual by the name, let's call him AC Major, Alan Campbell. That's the individual I learned about clips from. And when you hear about clips, let them continue talking. I don't mind. I want to talk.
But as I bring up Alan Campbell, let me big up my brother Oswald. Let me bring up Cathy because Cathy know what you're talking about. Cathy, good night. Oswald, you know what we're talking about because me, Cathy, Oswald, don't get up with that. And this is the point I'm making because apparently our prime minister now feels, the one now feel that we just forget what they say and what they do. So here's what the delusion. They say that, oh, give them that no, they were talking. Our prime minister is not in Grenada. I think he's in China. We have one now, they say acting. He foot may itching to go again. You understand? There are things happening on the ground. Healthcare is in a mess. This man went in what? Apartment, mansion, $25,000 a month.
Boy, don't say that you're getting that attack, boy. Don't go attack you, boy. Don't say that.
Let them attack me. I don't work in no government. I don't work in government how much years. I never work in government. I don't care. They can't do one ass. I usually what? They can't do nothing. You understand? Shello, they can't do nothing. What do I say? But hear what? Their own mouthpiece costing them. Imagine you had to pay a MP, the CIMP.
But
isn't that something that the ethics committee is supposed to look at?
But again, there's nothing new. It's nothing new with that group. It's nothing new. Well, listen, with that group, you're sounding like if you expected better. I didn't expect better. I know this is what would happen. I've read this book before. I know what chapter 3 look like. I know what chapter 59 look like. And I know what the last chapter look like. I know what the contents look like. I know what the illustrations in the book look like. And I know what the back cover look like. I know what it looks like. I didn't expect better.
Sheldon, lastly, before I go, I will make this very important point. I will tell our caretakers and our candidates to be, whenever you all are given that opportunity, please, talk to your supporters. I'm going to put some voice in reasoning because I won't do it. Folks, do not go down there attack the nasty politics. You know why? I think we have seen enough of that. And to me, Sheldon, this is my opinion. I believe the other side will want it to escalate to have sympathy on their own doings. I'm seeing it every living day. I'm hearing it. If you can call a station and say you have names of people on a list, that means something is wrong with you, right? NMP was there for the last one,
Antonyito,
some years, not 23 years.
Antonyito, I don't listen to you. Go away. Watch now. Go and post on both the YouTube and the Facebook now. The link to Doc program. But finish your statement. No, finish your statement and thing too. But go ahead. I done with you.
Let's not go on that thing. And I know you guys will get attacked. Just please keep your head up. Mr. Mautu, Piaro, do your work. Ms. Japal George, Mr. Glenn, and all the other caretakers. And a special good night to my leader, the Honorable, the most distinguished, Mrs. Emmeline Pierre.
Of course.
Have a good night.
You heard her in Parliament today. Yeah. Huh? Lovely.
Yeah, listen. I listen to them later.
Yeah, man. Blessings. Yes, that's my good buddy, Antonyito. Antonyito, go and post the things about. Because before the end of tonight, I want to ensure that we see close to 3,000 followers. So let me hear from Doc. I want to make sure that before the end of tonight, we have those followers. Because see, let me explain something to you. And those of you who have been following Talking Points would understand where I'm coming from. Now, the government is acting reactively. They are reacting. They are not leading, but they are reacting. So last week on Talking Points and on Real FM, you heard Mr. Andre Donald. You also heard on Simon Says, you heard Miss Jenny Simon. You heard them deal with the sargassum issue. You heard me come out plain and play Karine and show you where she lied. Not she was mistaken. She lied. She said things was happening the next day that up to now, the 13th day of May have not happened. She said things were happening from the 1st of March and now the 13th of May have never happened. Up to today, not a single bale of seaweed come up in Guave or Grand Mall. All you see the Coast Guard boat and any Yamaha boat collecting seaweed and so, no. And then you heard in a press conference afterwards, you heard the public relation officer of the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority speaking to something that was totally different than what you heard from the so-called minister. And I say so-called because me already know what she's doing there. As soon as that has happened, over the last week, over the last 7 to 10 days, we have seen no less than 6 different releases come out by the Government Information Service trying to protect Miss Karine James. Karine have to go. She's a waste of time. She is not doing anything to the benefit of Grenada. She's a cost on the state of Grenada. Significantly so, she needs to go. If you don't want to fire as a minister, don't worry. You could keep her as a minister up until the point in time of election when we fire you, and she will go by consequence of that. But she has to go. The people of St. John, their minds are already made up. They realized that an error in judgment was made at the last polls. They gave somebody else a chance. After giving one individual 2 chances, they decided to give somebody else a chance. Those folks have realized that they have made a serious error. Because if you take 3 months out of Alvin Dabrio and put it up against 3 years of Karine James, Alvin Dabrio, in less than the 3 months, has done more than she has done in 3 years. Because she ain't do nothing. So she has to go. But you realize every minute now is GIS. Oh, minister leading delegation, what blasted delegation. Where she man? He ain't going on. Well, at least I used to be on Shiman. I don't know what's taking place now. See man hair dropping out. My hair dropping out too, you know, I realize I rasta too, but you're getting down in age. See man hair dropping out. I don't know what's taking place, but I realize that all of a sudden he isn't on the journeys that she is going on. The people of St. John have already firmly made up their mind in relation to that situation. All you can save her. All you could put out as much release as all you want on a weekly basis, daily basis. And Minister Karine James is leading the delegation, or she has made presentation. How much money she bring back to the people of Grenada? The people of St. John want to know what is taking place with all the promises that were made to them. Housing assistance is not just for friends and family. Housing assistance is for the people of St. John. All, regardless of you supporters of the New National Party, GULP, NDC, whatever party you support, or you support no party, you are supposed to be receiving the assistance, not just for one group of people. Let's take this phone call. Hello, good night.
Hello.
Hi, good night.
Sheldon.
Hi. Go right ahead, caller. You're live.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, I will listen to Antonio. And Brother Sheldon, I listen to Amanda Judge with the documentary podcast. And it was very exciting, very informative, and something that everyone should listen to. And when I do a comparison with the caretakers and people that follow NP as the MPs and I'm going to say that they are class people with class, people with dignity, people with integrity. Right? They could go anyway and represent Grenada. Anyway, truly want to represent Grenada because you have standard. When you look at what NDC have their ministers, they are classless. All they are there for is to receive money, and the way you have the prime minister, whenever you have press conference, he had to always be there. He is the one in charge because those who we have behind him, I would say they are passengers. They can't do nothing. They can't do
the big press conference tomorrow to talk about Project Polaris and that they find the funding for the hospital and to give the start date. And so that big announcement that they say, and you see some of them like Gloria, because you know Gloria right now in a battle with Delma to see who's gonna run. So she posted the post and get registered. Just before the rally that they had in Beaujeu was get registered. So before tomorrow, they start this stupidness again about get registered. I am saying, take the advice, get registered. And the part they're forgetting is vote them out. Get registered. Yeah, don't take it for granted. Get registered, but vote them out. But don't take the
Vote
brand
them
go to
out.
feel that they go in and call election tomorrow. That ain't happening. But anyway,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no. I know, Brother Sheldon. And it's something I always saying about it. Brother Sheldon, you have a house, right? And you have a fridge, a TV inside the
Now I have
house.
an apartment. I have a house.
Apartment, and you don't have the money to buy things to put inside the house. Right? When you open the fridge, only water. No money to buy meat. No money to buy nothing to your children go to school, to get them trained to go to school. But you see, the problem now with you need a bigger house, right? And the problem with health in Grenada is not not new hospital. The problem there, they're supposed to upgrade the healthcare in Grenada Carriacou Diplomatic, especially outside health place, develop it, right? Stack the hospital with medication, stack it, put it, fully equip the hospital. When a medication finish, you should know and give up know that to get more. But billing are going to be a new hospital, and that will not change upon floor. What could change it? What could make it different is by putting medication in the hospital, and that's the main issue people having. Because when people go in hospital, no medication, they have to live and they have to go and buy quite in town. Quite in town, you have to go and buy it. So billing a new hospital is not the problem. That will not fix the problem if you are have the same attitude. No medication. It's putting medication at the general hospital. Everybody, I heard about them who go in and buying things and things for people, like the cabin start buying things for people. The question I asked Brother Sheldon, okay, like I work with you, you send me home. Right? I don't do income coming in. You want to come and bribe me, you buy a fridge, you buy a stove, you buy something I put me in the house. And what I'm asking now, when you do that, who paying for the current? Who power getting money to pay for the water, the current? Who getting money to pay for the phone bill? Right? When you buy phone and put it there, who paying for that? Because I'm not working. So instead of you make things easier for the people, it makes things much difficult. Because when you go buy fridge for people, and you buy that for people, TV, they have to pay the current bill. They have to pay the water bill.
Let them people get a fridge and thing now, man. I'm telling you, man.
No,
You're hater. Let them people get a fridge and a TV and the little washing machine and thing. I'm gonna fix my chair. Let them people get a fridge and a TV and the little thing. I find you're a hater, Jared.
No. I want to get it. Right? What I'm saying now, right? But then also look, they don't do that. Let them know that they have to pay the person water light bill for them. Because I don't work in, you take away my job, you give me that's good. I will take it. Right? But the question I ask you, see that to send me home. Are you employ me? So then when I get a work, I will be able to pay for the water bill, pay the current bill. Because if you give me that, and then you don't give me work, the how I pay the bills. Right? I'm glad to get it. I'll say if they come here and give me money, take it. Right? Take it. So, Brother Sharon, that's what I have to say to you.
All right, my brother. You have a good one.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yes, indeed. 4407377 or 1473440737 for those of you who want to call us on the WhatsApp. Yeah, we have quite a few issues to get into tonight, I just giving people the opportunity because I know, you see when the pressure build up in a pipe, it had to come out some way. Yeah. No, they could start, listen. The people who have been doing polls on behalf of the NDC have revealed the findings of the polls that they've been doing over the last 9 months or so to them. The results of the polls are showing to them, this is what they are saying. I ain't believe it, but this is what they are saying. I'm telling you what they are saying to them. They are saying to the NDC that as of now, May 2025, you only have the possibility of winning 4 seats if you call elections. That is what they are saying to them. You only have the possibility of winning 4 seats if you call elections right now. So they told them that, hey, you have 2 people that you have to push out there. And you have to try now and get back into the media with all the other people. So don't think that you're seeing Kareem James appearing in the GIS releases every day now for no reason. Don't think that the Minister of Health is suddenly going to be appearing on a press conference tomorrow to talk about Project Polaris just so. All of these things are happening because they are being guided by not Emlyn Pierre, but another Pierre. That Pierre look like an avocado that ain't ripe yet. Anyhow, we have a call online. Good night.
Good night, Mr. Sheldon Scott. How you doing, man?
Ziggy!
What's up, my brother?
I am good, man. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
All right, man. Go right ahead. How is Carriacou and Petit Martinique, man?
Carriacou and Petit Martinique, well, poke and poke, no beef, just fighting, struggling, man. Struggling.
Bro.
Just like strugglers on the road.
You know, we less than 30 days away. Well, we actually about 2 weeks away from the hurricane season.
Yes.
And what is the situation on the ground in Carriacou and Petit Martinique from what you have heard? I know you're always in contact even if you're not there. What is the situation in both places? Are folks, the general population, ready for the hurricane season? And remember, Beryl hit in when? July? Was early July?
July, yes.
Early July. So it's less than 60 days away, the anniversary. Are folks in Carriacou and Petit Martinique ready for the hurricane season?
Well, the people, especially for Petit Martinique, the people in Petit Martinique, they're scared. And when I tell you they're scared, that's not no joke.
I would be scared.
What really disappointed the people in Petit, especially for Petit Martinique, right? The Prime Minister come to Carriacou on last week when they opened the fish market, and still have the belly to go in Petit Martinique and see the condition Petit Martinique in and try to help the people in Petit Martinique. People seeing trouble in Petit Martinique as we speak, Mr. Scott. People seeing trouble in Petit Martinique. For example, the simplest thing this government could have ever put in Petit Martinique, then put it a health center. For the people who get any cut, any injury, they could rush, go to the health center. They don't have nothing. Since the last time the Prime Minister gone to the old clinic in Petit Martinique, and they take out pictures and they post it up and they say they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Not a nail strike on that building as I speak.
But not only that, but remember, you had Mr. Oh boy, these people, they call. Mr. They call and others have given money. They handed over a check of a couple $1,000 as well for the rebuilding of the Petit Martinique Health Center. So you're saying nothing has happened. Okay.
Nothing happened.
I know they've relocated them from the original building in Petit Martinique to another building.
They put them in the welcome center. Don't welcome for the Osprey or the tender. They put the people them inside of that.
Yeah, I know the welcome center. Yeah.
Yes, all right. They put them down inside of it. And the next thing, Mr. Scott, what really embarrassing, especially for Carriacou too, right? Listen, what really good in Carriacou. This government, they're taking people's life for joke, and the people in Carriacou and the people who live in Grenada who never travel to Carriacou, sometimes I prefer the people in Grenada who never come to Carriacou. Better they sit back and shut them out and listen to we who's there in it. Don't say, oh, things great in Carriacou, because things not great in Carriacou. I'm telling you, and I speak things not great in Carriacou at all. Tevin, I'm just going to go and look to fence Dover Government School ground. And the amount of people who live in under tarpaulin in Carriacou, the amount of people they could help in Carriacou to help put a roof over the head, because we don't know when a hurricane going to strike. We don't know what kind of thing that will come and attack us.
So Ziggy,
people don't have a roof over the head.
Let me ask you a question. We're speaking about Carriacou here. Carriacou is not a place like the United States where you have people that take gun, go into a school and fire and shoot at people. Carriacou is not a place that you have people that would be able to enter a school and go and interfere with the children and so on. So what's the sense in putting as a priority the fencing of a school over housing? I know that's the point that you're making. But I'm just making sure that people understand. Carriacou is a peaceful place.
Yes, of course. And it's closed like that for years. Years, it was like like that. Right?
Let me ask you let me ask you the question though that might answer that for us. I'll ask a question and the answer might answer why do that. Who is the contractor
Yeah.
that get the contract to fence the school?
To be honest with you, I don't even know who the contractor, but the
Find
contractor
out.
today didn't get paid.
No. What I would say, no, they will get paid.
Yes.
It's government, they will get paid. Find out who is the
Yes.
contractor. And
I
then
will find out.
draw a
Yeah, I
line,
will find out.
draw a line from the contractor to the MP.
Yes, you're sure right. You're sure right, because we're coming down to more. We're coming down to the wire. Mr. Scott, you don't believe all the debris still in Carriacou, all the crushing at Grenada. Just see, we don't see Mr. Andrew doing videos and posting pictures on social media anymore. When people don't realize what's really going on, Carriacou in a mess, all the debris still in the Harveyville pasture. All the work stop because they're not paying the contract. The people them who are the contract from Barbados, they don't get any money. So everybody stop work. As I speak, I could get somebody to send me a video in the morning with no work going on in the pasture in Harveyville, and Carriacou just there and stand still. For example, if a hurricane say we get an emergency, something coming, hurricane hitting Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique tomorrow or tonight, all the debris in Carriacou going to kill everybody. Everybody going to dead. Because everything going to be flying all about in the sky. Everything on the ground. Scatter. As we speak, scatter. That the kind of level and that the kind of disrespect this government is having the people in Carriacou, like if it's vagrant.
And again,
If it's
it is a situation that concerns me. Again, as you would very well know, I's Carriacou people. I'm putting it in real language.
Yes.
I's Carriacou people too.
Of course, you're a Kaya.
Yes, I'm Mount Royal people, so you know, 6 Roads, Mount Royal,
yes.
you know.
Yes.
So I'm Carriacou people too. So what happens to the people of Carriacou, what happens with the people of Carriacou, happens to me as well. Yeah?
Of course. Yes.
I could go and show people with my grandmother, my father, mother bury in Brunswick, you know. And I could go up in the hills and show them my father bury. In Carriacou. So I ain't joking this thing about these Carriacou people. So when I refer to Carriacou, I'm not referring to Carriacou as an outsider looking in. I'm referring as a Carriacou person who is concerned about my aunt, my cousins, all of my family members who are still in Carriacou or who want to return to Carriacou, and the situation is not conducive to them being able to do that. And I'm also looking at a situation where many of the people in Carriacou are still they still have dealt with the trauma of burial in 2024.
That's true.
From the time a heavy breeze blow or a sort of rainfall, or they hear a 2 thunder crack, these people had nearly given up on them. And it is unfair to the people of Pity Martinique, because I have family there too. And it is unfair to the people of Carriacou that you have a government that's only interested in doing pictures and videos and not interested in the people and actually making sure that something is done to their benefit.
Yes. Miss Sheldon, listen what's going on in Carriacou. Going on since NDC getting power, well, they continue doing the work what Kinja left, right? Like the Bel Air Road.
Yeah, right? All of that is Kinja projects.
Yes, and Bel Air Road, right now, Bel Air Road is going to the hospital. Any emergency, you have to use that. Up to today, you know, they cannot finish a little piece of road up in Bel Air, so people could be able to use the road. If you're sick, you have to go all the way up to 16 Kana, go through Mount Pleasant, go through there, to meet Bel Air. You gotta go straight up and meet to Bel Air. Up to today, they can't finish. You want to know why they can't finish the road? These guys, and then they put some uneducated young fellas to build road, which they don't even know about road. They don't know how to build road. And that is the problem that's going on in Carriacou. This guy taking all the work and give people, kindergarten children work. Yes, it's good to give your own people the job. I'm not saying no, but give people who know how to do the work. Because when you give people who don't know how to do the work, what happening is spinning top in mud. Next government come inside, they're going to come fix, they're going to come cut, they're going to come put things in place. So I don't know what's wrong with this little guy. Sometimes I don't know how to call this guy. Because this guy just have people frustrated in Carriacou. And the worst about it, and they talk about it on the program, the worst about it, some of the people from the diaspora who come back home in Carriacou getting big pension, and they're not talking about it. And either man must have me evidence when I'm speaking. They think I don't know what I'm saying. This guy doing plenty wrong, doing things in Carriacou. And the
Well,
worst about it again,
what I would say is this,
people,
Ziggy. I think that
yeah,
a lot of the folks who have returned to Carriacou need to remember something. Now, the first time that I set foot in Carriacou, actually been to Carriacou and was in Carriacou, was the year 1994. I came
yeah,
up to Carriacou. I came up on the old iron boat, went into Harveyville, and
yeah.
came up to Hillsborough and so on. And the Carriacou that I came to in 1994 is not the Carriacou that exists now. And anyone
Separate.
can tell
No
you
good.
that it
No
took
good.
an individual who was not a prime minister. Remember, two Carriacou people came through as prime ministers. And the work that
Yes.
was done by the new National Party, where the individual was not, who was prime minister, was not from Carriacou, was
Yes.
100 times more than both of them combined when it came to roads and infrastructure
So
and
true.
all of the things that were done in Carriacou.
So true. But Mr. Scott, listen, right? I can remember as a little boy when I was down in Harveyville, down by Scraper, bar down there and looking up and
I,
watching
I,
Harveyville Government
I
School.
remember Scraper,
And,
man.
and you watch that road, and you watch the road, you pay a hole to go up there. Them time they're taking like a whole 2 hours from the bottom of Scraper to go up to Harveyville Government School. No, you just jump in the car. You could even run and go in there. No more big hole, no more anything.
You want to know?
And
You want to know how long I used to be in Carriacou? I can tell you about Campflower Bakery and Uncle Winston.
Oh yes, very much.
I can tell you about Campflower Bakery, boss.
Yes. Yeah, but Sheldon, but to be honest with you, people in Carriacou, they're very frustrated and they don't know how to think anymore. And that's why you see I continue singing this song in people's head. Please, all come out and go and register. Plenty of ratifying going on. We still, the Governor General, she don't care because Amanda Jack, they going in our meeting and she's in charge of the election office in Carriacou and then putting no stop to it. They send letter to the Governor General and she don't want to answer. She not doing anything and that is very bad. So we see where the corruption is going. So one, the people in Carriacou, especially in Carriacou, walk wrong. Look at the list. Make sure all the name there. Make sure all the sister name there, all the brother name there, all the cousin, all the uncle, all the dog, all the cat, all the sheep. Make sure all the name there. So when it's time to vote, they can go and vote because pure corruption going on in Carriacou and they don't want to talk about it. And that is the biggest problem. And plenty of people staying quiet. We have to speak. We have to fight for our rights. And when you see Senator Cox come out and speak for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they want to come out and say, oh, Senator Cox lies, Senator Cox this, Senator Cox that. Senator Cox is an honest guy.
Nothing that Senator Cox says can be disputed. There are factual evidence to prove everything that he has spoken on. He's been speaking on several issues. And every single issue that our deputy political leader has been speaking on, every single one of them he can prove. He ain't just saying things. He can prove it.
You know what really hurt me today when I listen Grenada's so-called prime minister, the one that always flying, never do on the ground. This guy was talking in parliament and saying that about concession and VAT and not the VAT in Carriacou is different from the VAT from Grenada. I think Grenada Prime Minister understand what people in Carriacou will be complaining about. All of the people in Carriacou was asking this government what to do if they could have taken out VAT on certain items, especially on house roofing material for the houses, so they could afford to buy material to fix the house. That's all they're asking for. We didn't ask for them to take out VAT on the food, take out VAT on the drinks. They didn't ask for that. They were asking for the VAT to be removed, and this prime minister still have the ability to talk about, the same VAT for Grenada, the same VAT for Carriacou, the same VAT for Petit Martinique. You're not helping the people on the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Just to make it 1 year, and what this government ever do for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, only lie and tell the people, they build back houses, they build back better houses. Stop lying for the people and let the people know it's not NDC money that build back the houses for the people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Let them know it's people who donate, people who sponsor, people who give, and people who give the government money to build houses for people in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. They're still not doing it. They're still not doing it. And I want to bring up this issue before I leave. We're still not hearing our the build back project manager for Petit Martinique done, whatever is your name, done the Koto. People in Pitimatic want to know what's going on with the Build Back Better House. Don Koto, you in the Build Back project manager alongside Terrence and Dwight. And the people want to know how many Build Back Better House building Pitimatic now going to be a year. And the people in Pitimatic in trouble. They're crying and they're bawling and we're not hearing nothing from them. They take all the money when people donate and give them money, go for me page. They go and they drink it, they give the family, the friends them. And people in Pitimatic in trouble.
Ziggy.
Yes, my brother.
I must disassociate myself from a particular comment there. I don't know that the people take money and go fund me and go and drink and drink. I don't want nobody sue me. So let me say straight up the names that you call.
Yes.
No, I like to clear myself earlier. I don't know.
Nice.
I have heard the rumors of such. I have heard stories of such. I have heard insinuations of such. I can say that I've heard that. But I, Sheldon Scott on Talking Points, does not know that these individuals take any GoFundMe money and go and drink. I claim myself. They want to sue me bad. You hear government don't want to bring me in high court already. These others want to bring me the high court with a smoking weed. They want to bring me the highest court.
As I say, Mr. Scott, listen, is you alone they have strength with? Because
No, hold on. They don't have no strength with me, you know. Them only talking. They have no strength with me. Just study them.
Because Mr. Williams and the Williams, the minister and the Williams owe the government how much money, and they never pressure him like that. He owed the tax, and that in the news. I'm talking after people.
You're talking about the $3 million that he owe in tax?
All right, yes.
Yeah. He owes $3 million in tax, yeah.
Yeah, how come they telling me anything about it? How come the other color, the Claudette, how come she never sue him? How come she want to sue him? How come Grenada want that money? How come they put in tax on it? How come you're not hearing that?
But the $10 million that it's not 10, but the $3 million that the minister owe. He's an NDC, so that ain't matter. But attack other people.
Other people, because why they're jealous? Because you're educating the young people in Grenada, you're making people in the diaspora and in the whole world and see how bad-minded and how wicked they is. So they try to shut you down. But
don't worry about me, man. All I would say is this: the court is for everybody. And as my deceased grand aunt, the late queen of the big drum, Lucy Ann Duncan, would have said, "May court close so already." And he always ready. And if my court close wasn't ready, one phone call I had to make to the Carriacou family in Brooklyn right now, and again the court closed before the end of the week.
Oh, lovely.
That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say.
Yes. But nothing can touch you. And listen, my brother, you continue doing a good job. And I like that because you are making them mislead you, they distract you, and focus and continue doing the good work for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, Pitimatic, and the people in the diaspora. And before I leave, I want to say, you see, Miss Emily Pierre, pleasant good night to Miss Emily Pierre, Sister Kate, Dr. Modest, and my father, Dr. Kit Mitchell. And you see me good, I have some good bodies. See Senator Cox, we can't miss a good night to Senator Cox. I'm a good body, good body, Mr. Olivier. Mr. Nimrod Olivier, good night to you, my brother. I know you're listening.
Brother,
good night. And I want to say, Miss Emily Pierre, you make some good choices by bringing these 4 nice young people on board as a caretaker. They're one of the best. And we love seeing that. And I want to see that we work together with the young people them and let me treat our lovely caretakers and them the right way. Let me go out together, let me work together, let me have some more fun time together, let me walk around and interact with the people more. Because the more you interact with the people and the people get to know them, you're going to see things doing. And I love Miss Thompson. She's doing a very good job and she's kicked out on the right way. Amanda, she's doing a very good job too. And I want to say Mr. Christopher, they are doing a very good job too. And I want him to just be more on the ground and continue doing his work. Push it all day. We want to see that, and we have to be on top of the game. Let me forget about what the NDC has to say about all you, and I'll keep our head on our shoulder and do what all the work. Do what God put all of day to do. It's the most I put all of day. They didn't come there by guess.
Of
God
course.
make Mr. Michael choose them to lead us, and that's what we want. All this for the youths, and I want all the youths in Grenada to open up their eyes and see who really care for them. It's the NNP party. The NNP party that care for the young people. And that's why you see I'm going to always fight for them. And I
Ziggy.
will stand up and tell them nothing, my brother.
Ziggy, watch.
Nice
Bye-bye.
brother.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Good night.
You have a good one, bro.
I love you. Good night. Brother.
Blessings to all of you, man.
Good night. Yes, yes.
All right, Ziggy.
Yes, good brother. We will chat.
Yes, indeed, folks. That's my good brother, Ziggy. Yes, indeed. Kemita McPhee, good night to you. Mommy McPhee and daughters McPhee, good night to the entire McPhee family. Yeah, that's the people and them, they went up there. Yeah, remember when they see do them, eh? Election night, they tell them that how they go deal with them. Election night 2022, they tell them they go deal with them. And then they fire the two daughters, they fire the mother, burial pass, they ain't fix the house, and then they take the autistic child out of there. I will never forget that, you know. Believe me, what was done to that particular family up there in Simoon, I personally will never forget that. And all the individuals who have been involved doing it, no, I'm not coming at them, I'm not going to attack them, and I'm not going to do the same thing to them if the tables turn or when the tables turn. But I ain't gonna forget it. You ever hear, I will forgive, but I won't forget? I ain't forgetting what has been done to that particular family. It is absolutely disgusting. We have a caller online. Hello, good night. Oh, where's my caller now? Hello.
Good night, Sheldon.
So because I call your name, you have to call girl. Why are you so?
Good night, my NMP family.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay
Right.
for the time. Thanks for your nice words.
I ain't forgetting them. I might forgive, but I ain't forgetting. Go right ahead, my dear.
Yeah, what I want to say is the Prime Minister stand up on a platform and he say everybody will be permanent. You victimize the youths, right? You throw them out from a daily bread. You throw them out from an opportunity, right? And when, well, the time close, you want to come back and talk to the same youths you victimize. God don't sleep in on a Sheldon. Sheldon tell them God don't sleep in. And we youths, we open our eyes. We know what they want now, right? Because you go, you promise the youths. You never fulfill your promise, right? And now you want to come back to the youths and ask them for your votes. For their votes.
Kimita, you know
right?
what?
God don't sleep in.
I want you to remind people of what election night, because you were one of the frontline people for Kate Skeeter, Lois Peters. I want you to remind them of election night, what you were told.
Election night.
Election night, when they give you your warning, when they realize they win the election, but only win the seat, but they win the election. What did they tell you election night?
Yes. They told us so. They said we will be victimized. My sister, me, my mom, everybody out of a job. Right? And the youths outside there, people, youths, open all your eyes. These people and them is not for the youths. These people and them is not for young people. These people is to fool their pocket. Just spend money and fool their pocket and make a set of me. Sheldon, I never see that. Well, today, well, I see NDC like crazy for so. Especially Tessa and them as them in the area. They're in the area now because you know time coming close. They want to come and fool the youths, but we open our eyes. We know already. You understand? So Kaku smoke the pipe. Sheldon, have a good night.
All right, my dear. Tell mom, go and give mom. In fact, don't just tell mommy hello for me. Go and give mommy a hug and a kiss and say that's from Sheldon.
I will.
And watch. Hold on. Not just mommy. You know who else to go and give one for me, right? You know the other person. You know the other person to go and give one for me. Make sure to go and give her a hug and a kiss for me, right? That's from me.
You're making me jealous, no.
All you can't jealous. One family, we love everybody.
Sheldon, I would like to say big up to my minister, my MP. One love, darling. We out for you. We there for you. Don't worry. We
love her.
With you.
We love
and
her.
We love you.
Yes.
We love you. Keep doing the good works, darling, and we love you. We're there behind you. 100%.
Of course.
Have a good night.
All right, my dear. And folks, you know what? I want to play something for you all because I'm trying to reach in contact. Fanu! Where you seen Fanu? Watch, I'll take some calls again in a little while. But I want to play something for you all. And what I'm going to play for you all is actually from Talking Points, but it is in relation to something that's happening now. And it is from March last year. And I just want to play, strange enough, I'm wearing a red shirt today and I was wearing a red shirt then. I just want to play a part of Talking Points from back then for you all to hear a particular issue, and then we're going to discuss that issue a little bit in a little while. So let me see if I can get that and play it for you all now. I've seen the situation with La Colombe. I've seen the situation and I've heard of people with what is taking place in La Colombe and that the people are going around and they're asking them. I've seen the letter that people are receiving in La Colombe. Yeah? So I've seen all of that. What? I want to know something though, because certain statements were made during the election campaign. Yeah, let me show you all the letter that the residents of La Colombe received, right? This is from the Ministry of Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Botanical Gardens, St. George, right? There's the phone number and everything. So that's the Ministry of Housing and so. And it's geared towards the residents, La Colombe, and it's signed by Mr. Finley Jeffrey Scholar, the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for community and housing. So Scholar is the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for what's going on there. All right. So it says, please be informed that Mr. Joseph Noel, Housing Consultant, and Mr. Desmond Joseph, Housing Officer, within the Ministry of Housing, Community Development, Social Services and Gender Affairs, will be visiting the La Colombe Housing Development for the purpose of carrying out a study to determine the direction the ministry should take to provide further title and ownership of residents' property. As a consequence of the foregoing, the two officers will gather information and obtain feedback from you, the residents, by administering a simple questionnaire. Your cooperation and respect in this matter will be greatly appreciated. All right? And that's signed by Scholar, or Mr. Finley Jeffrey, Permanent Secretary within that ministry. Now, folks, before the election campaign, there were meetings that were taking place, different places, including in La Colombe. And there were people that were telling the residents of La Colombe, because that is the rumor that was spread to the people inside La Colombe. La Colombe people, all you know, are not lying. The rumor that was spread inside La Colombe was that the NNP going to make them pay for the houses. And they even came up with all kind of figures at 30,000 and so on, and say NNP coming to make all you pay $30,000 for the houses. There were people that stood up there and tell them, don't pay for no house. Because Chavez give us the house, he give Grenada the house. So don't pay nothing. In fact, don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from them themselves. Let me start with this one. Let me see here. Let's start with this one. Let's see. No, that's the wrong one. Let me see if I can get it. Right. I'm just pulling up the clip here. Let's hear what these people were told. Let's hear what they were told. This is on the campaign trail there in La Colombe. Let's hear what was being said during the meetings in La Colombe. Yeah?
Taken away from the people of La Colombe. What is it the people of La Colombe do to be going through all this tribulation? Up to now, we don't even know if we have the house. I hear we have to start paying for it just now. $30-something thousand supposed to be for it. I don't know if that's true or not. So we don't know if it's true, but we would like to know what is our position. We're concerned in owning our little house and having the documents so we could go forward and do our extension.
So that was during the election campaign. This was before the election. NDC meeting. The residents were being told that they had to pay $30,000. The NNP go make it. The NNP had any plan to make all you pay for the place. NNP go make you pay $30,000 for the place. Yeah? So residents of La Colombe, you may or may not remember the individual who is talking there, so you could ask them questions about how they feel about what's taking place now. But let me hear.
We'll be going through all this tribulation. Up to now, we ain't even know if we have the house. I hear we have to start paying for it just now. $30-something thousand supposed to be paid.
So here the figure they come with, $30-something thousand. That's what I was telling the people in La Colombe,
Up to now, we ain't even know if we have the house. I hear we have to start paying for it just now. $30-something thousand supposed to be paid. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, they didn't know if that is true or not, but they was on the platform, and that is what they were telling people, that all they would have to pay $30-something thousand for the houses. Ain't it? Yeah? That is what they were on the campaign telling you all. Yeah? Let me see what other people had to say about payment for houses and so on in La Colombe. Because La Colombe people, they might be able to find these people and ask them how they think about what they think about what is going on right now. You all may know them. I think they are from your community, so you might be willing to ask them. Behind them is the people that say, come and vote for NDC. You may be willing to ask them now what they think about what is taking place now.
What Mr. Rulu said. I personally was involved in the distribution of the houses in La Colombe. A lot of people don't know that. And the cost of the houses that we charge people were basically to take care of the water and the electricity. This government, present government, can never charge anybody for the houses.
Well, when he said this government, he mean the NNP, like the NNP had any intention. But let me hear what you're saying about the NDC government charging for the houses now. You go say it's not the houses, the land, but it's the same thing, they're charging, isn't it? Yeah.
Present government can never charge anybody for the houses. The houses were given freely.
So this present government could never charge. Remember the words of this individual. You all know where to find him, eh? Nice, right?
This government, present government, can never charge anybody for the houses. The houses were given freely.
All right, and you see, right in the back here, this area there, the person who sit down there is Mr. Deacon Mitchell. That is Mr. Deacon Mitchell. I know the podium hiding his face, but it's Mr. Deacon Mitchell that sit down in the back there. Look the glasses on the neck there. That is Mr. Deacon that sit down in the back there. When they was talking about the government cannot charge people for the houses. All right, so maybe this man might have to find Mr. Deacon and have a word with him.
This government, present government, can never charge anybody for the houses. The houses were given freely.
All right, so the houses were given freely, yeah, but the excuse they're using now is the land wasn't given freely, so that's how you had to pay for the land. That's what they're saying, isn't it? Yeah, but people in La Colombe are surely listening. All you know how to find these individuals, all you remember them, ain't? All you know where to find them and find out what they had to say, ain't it? Yeah, so do you remember they had a lot to say before the campaign? Yeah, they had a lot to say during that time. So maybe you might want to locate one or two of them and try and find out what it is they have to say about what is taking place now. Are they okay with it? Because a figure of 5,000 is being thrown around right now. Yeah, nothing was charged under the NNP, but and the NNP was there for over a decade. They didn't charge for it, but no, with a government that's there 637 days, you're hearing now that you have to pay for the same houses that you're saying nobody had to pay for. So let's hear.
The other thing is somebody made a comment about somebody want to charge us for the houses. Let me allay your fears, brothers and sisters, about these houses inside here. I was in Venezuela, and I heard the Comandante Chavez about 300 meters from where he gave his speech in the presidency, when he declared to the government and people of Grenada he was making a gift of 100 houses. Hear what I tell you? These houses are gifts to us. Hear what I tell you? I was there. Paid for who? Who had to pay for what? Nobody has to pay for any of these houses here. Put that, listen, shove it in them pipe and let them smoke. Not even, listen, no administration, let us be frank, can charge the people living in these 100 houses inside it, built and donated to the people of Grenada by the Bolivarian government of Venezuela. Nobody had to pay for it. We had to pay $2,500 to assist in the documentation and the administrative services, the electricity, the water connection, and so on. Mas nada, nothing else. You hear that? Mas nada. That's a gift from the Comandante Chavez. I was there. We don't have to pay a cent, but no, let's go to...
All right, yeah. So all you hear, they don't have to pay a cent. Yeah, I sure they know how to find the individual that day. No, I surely know how to find the individual that day. And I surely know how to find the individual that day, man. Yeah. I positively know how to find the individual I was talking there. All right? Yeah. So remember, people of Lacolum, I am pretty sure that you all know.
Yeah, I just realized I had my mic off. Yeah, so that was a program I did on the 21st of March, 2024. You can see the date here. The program is still up. Any of you can go and visit and you look at there. Yeah, you see talking points, the 21st of March, 2024. Right. And you heard all of those people speaking. I am pretty sure that quite recently I've heard the voice of Citizen Rollo. And I'm pretty sure that all of the residents of Lacolum know where he is located and can speak to him. And it's not an individual that can't speak. Mr. Rollo could talk. I may not always agree with him, but I know if it's one thing, that individual, John Rollo, could talk. And this was before the general election. The individual sitting there while Mr. Rollo was making his expose is the present Prime Minister and MP for the constituency of St. David. Lacolum people, all your vote for that. Yeah? You also have two other individuals who were making statements that were most anti-government under the new National Party government. And I am pretty sure that both individuals have also received a notification that they as well have to make their payments. And I hope they have the money. Don't worry about me. Worry about all you. I hope that you all have the money to make the payments that you all need to make to ensure that the government doesn't kick you out of the... Yeah, you understand? Yeah. So the individuals that were there, one was stating that the new National Party intended to charge $30,000. Another individual was making other superfluous statements and so on. They made the statements. All your Lacolum people know where to find these NDC mouthpieces. All you know where they did. All you know where to find them. They ain't hiding. I am sure that they have not gone to the great beyond. I don't follow that news, but I am pretty sure that these individuals are blessed with life at this point in time. And as such, you all know where to find them. You all know where to find them. They were the ones making those statements at the point in time. Yeah? So when you all find yourselves in the situation that you have found yourselves now, with the MP for your area, the Member of Parliament, Deacon and Miss Mitchell, was sitting there when these three individuals made those statements during the election campaign. He was sitting there. He heard what they said. And in his, it went through there, and he come through there. Or he went through here, and he come through there. He didn't care. Because as far as he was concerned, at charging the A apostrophe S, at charging them when I come in. So he came in and charged all your tail for it. Right now, it takes the new National Party and Nolene to come and cry on all your behalf right now. The political leader of the new National Party was there meeting with some of the residents. I saw as well Miss Jenny Simon. You know Jenny can't hide. You know the hair. And I know wig. That's Jenny here. Some of you like to run a little. That's Jenny here. Jenny Simon was there. The political leader of the new National Party was there. I saw as well Nolene was there, speaking to the people and gathering the information as to what was taking place. I wonder if any of them three people was sitting in the meeting too. I must check to find out, if any of those three people I was speaking there about we do have to pay and they can't force us to pay and it's supposed to be gratis, free, if any of them was sitting there in that particular meeting. Maybe they're too ashamed to come out to the meeting and so on. But let them know that nothing they can do can erase the fact that we have them on video. You hear Antonyito talking about video earlier? Yeah, that is the boss in that. They can't test me on that, right? Yeah, they can't test me in relation to video. We have them on video making the statements that they made. But those 3 NDC activists at this point in time seem to have gotten a serious case of mutitis. It seems as though their tongue has become quite heavy and they no longer have access to media to be able to speak on behalf of the people of Lakalum in relation to what is being done to them right now. The government has demanded that these people pay. But what Coco say in Trinidad? Black man, all you look for that. Yeah? That is the situation that these individuals have found themselves in. I'm hoping that sometime, probably a little before we end the program tonight, we're going to go a little past 10 o'clock. As I told you all, with the present studio, we can go a little past 10 o'clock. That I might be able to make contact with Mrs. Thompson in relation to this particular issue. So I'm hoping that I can make contact with her, for at least for her to make a statement in relation to it, because she was at the meeting yesterday with the individuals. And let me state as well, I've already spoken to him, Mr. Jelani Glean. You know what happened last week, Wednesday, when we attempted to do that program. It wasn't smooth as tonight. Yeah, I know my video looking kind of off, but we'll fix that after the program. Yeah, Mr. Jelani Glean, we've confirmed that he will be on with us tomorrow night. So we will be having a conversation with him in relation to several issues for the people of St. Patrick. Yeah, the people that do have no MP. The people in St. Patrick right now, they do have no MP. They say the MP right now in Trinidad, they're going to have an MP. But anyway, they do have no MP as it is right now. So yeah, it's problems for them. Folks, I was paying attention. And before I go to the next issue, I think I need to do several things here. Yeah, before I go to the next issues. One, this activity is coming up is the community meeting that's the Union Community Center, St. Andrew, featuring Mrs. Amanda Japal George, and the caretaker on behalf of the New National Party for the St. Andrew Southwest constituency. She going and get toes so much licks right now that I feel he had diabetes, all the toes dropping out. And other dynamic speakers on various critical issues and ideas. It's starting from 6:30, and that will be taking place tomorrow, Wednesday, the 14th of May. Now, he doesn't put 23rd and all kind of thing. We doesn't make sure we have the proper date on the activities. So it is Wednesday, 14th of May, from 6:30 p.m. It's going to be taking place at the Union Community Center. The lovely ladies will be there. Our political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, together with Mrs. Amanda Japal George. She will be there as well, and they'll be speaking on various issues as they affect the people of St. Andrew Southwest and the people of St. Andrew in general. And that one is taking place tomorrow, so expect you all to be there. So when that finishes, you'll come home and you'll tune in to Talking Points. All right? And remember, the New National Party New York Support Group, they cordially invite you to an exquisite affair. Remember, we told you to save the date last week. It is going to be happening on Saturday, June 21st, 2025. No, not June the 23rd. No, June the 21st. NNP, we're making sure we have the things proper, right? So Saturday, June the 21st from 9 p.m. Music by DJ Jude and Small Clothes. All right, tickets only $100. And of course, formal attire. Come experience delightful entertainment, dine, and graceful dancing. Pour votre plaisir, I hope I pronounce it properly, at Carriacou Hall, 1963 or 1963, Utica Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11234. And for contacts, the usual suspects. Yeah, you could contact the usual suspects for tickets. That is Aisha Oliver. Aisha, what's up? Aisha Oliver, Mrs. O. Good night to you, Mrs. O. Aisha Oliver on 917-520-3164. Kathy Albert. I nearly called Kathy other name, but I got Big Stone all the way from New York, and I got Big Stone. 347-262-6818. Wendy Ann McGuire, Nursey, at 917-602-1476. And the governor of Petit Martinique, the Honorable P.D. Francis, at 917-642-7187. And Sharon Caesar at 862-234-0879. And unless you go be in attendance, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, the chairman of the New National Party, our beloved political leader, the Honorable Emlyn Pear, and of course, Senator Norland Cox, our deputy political leader. They will all be in attendance at that activity. So it is the night. Yeah, let me know, see if I could pull this thing in. So, right, nice, right. Yeah, the New National Party support group that is taking place on Saturday, the 21st of June, 2025, from 9 p.m. And watch, don't go wearing the same outfit that girl wearing and think she wear that already. I'll have to get something new to go with and them kind of thing, all right? Nice, beautiful. Hey, Goose! Well, man, Goose, what's up, man? That's the Goose. He presents the Follow Me Fitness. Yeah, so watch. If you're looking to get in, yeah, you know, sometimes do things for different people. And Goose is a man. I had to do a lot of training with Goose myself, right? So it's Follow Me Fitness. So if you're planning for the carnival, you want to have the carnival body, as they call it, the summer body and that kind of thing, or forget carnival, you just want to be fit and so on, you can check out Goose, all right? So he says, pain is weakness leaving the body. 8 weeks of aerobics, dance exercise, weight training, strength training, and more. Only $130 for 8 weeks, $20 per session. Don't go and do no one session. Are you crazy at $20 one session? Or you better do the full thing, right? $130 for the 8 weeks. And during that period of time, the man making you look like you're looking like one of the people that's be on them runway and thing. Starting from the 5th of May, so it's already started to the 30th of June, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays at the Tantine Netball Court. All right, starting from 5 p.m. until 6:30 p.m. Don't just go and play all the going and thing, you have to pay the man. All right, and you could call 410-3711 and 415-4983. That's 410-3711 and 415-4983. Let me open it here for you all. Right, nice. You see the numbers there? Right, nice. Yeah. All the cash could get like he own too. Or you could get all your cash like he. What do you mean cash arm? Or you could get all your calf muscle like he own too. All right, nice, beautiful. And we have, come on, what are you doing? Nice, right. We have a cup of love. And let me just go back to the next one before I go further. Now, the session that is coming up this Wednesday, that's tomorrow. Yeah, that's tomorrow at the Tantine Netball Court. The proceeds from tomorrow is going towards Kilian. That's the young lady, the child, not lady, little child, 4 years old, that has the Mediport, that has been found with cancer and so on, has done treatment and needs to continue treatment. So they're trying to help. So even if it's tomorrow alone you could make it. Even if you could just find them tomorrow to make a donation, head to the Tantine Netball Court from 5 p.m. until 6:30. Make your donation to the folks there. All of the proceeds tomorrow, and they're going to have other days that they're doing it as well, is going to go towards that child. All right? So the New National Party, Women's Arm, they are having a cup of love. That is going to be taking place on the 25th, Sunday, the 25th of May, starting at 3 p.m. Price only $100. And it's an afternoon tea party and hat show. Venue, the Grenada Trade Center Annex, Monrouge and George, hat show, bingo, special prizes. We're going to give you more information as it comes closer. And we're going to hear from the Women's Arm as it comes closer and so on as well. Some of the activities that are going to be taking place there. And you see her there? Yes, that's the little child. Kelani. I keep calling the child name wrong. Kelani. She needs your help. So tomorrow, you can head on out to the Tantin Netball Court between 6:30 there, and you could make sure that you make your donation towards Kelani, and so they will collect it there tomorrow. All right, she's been diagnosed. She has a Wills tumor. They did the surgery on it, and so, but they must follow up, because if one cell from that cancer stays there, it could replicate, and it could end up with the cancer coming back again and even spreading throughout the body, and what takes place there. So Kelani has to return to the US. They have 1 or 2 issues that they have to sort out, and they haven't even paid for what has been done thus far. She has a Mediport. That is where they have the stuff on her, like an implant on her that they're going to use to put the medication into her body and so on. She has that implant. Imagine a 4-year-old having to go through all this. That's on her body right now. So implant, to put whatever medication and so on. All of this little girl that we're seeing here, all of that she's going through. Let us help if we can, whichever way that we can. All right? Yes, indeed, folks. So let me make sure the phone lines are open again. Yeah, 1473 440-7377. Those are the numbers for you to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Hey, and nearly forget this one. Hey, let me make sure.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. For more.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, must do that for Noise Radio, because they always, I'm telling you, it's not a no thing. Yeah, they have been supporting us and making sure that we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yo, brother, no going, brother.
Medea, bro. What's up, man?
Yo, God. Fadu, those are full-grown bovines, man, not calves again.
I'm gonna tell Goose what you're saying. Well, I'm sure he may be listening some way. I'll tell him Goose what you're saying.
Yeah, the full-grown bovines, man.
They're not calves.
Yo, I swear, I did a roller coaster ride. I have a brother that just had a breakdown, bro. And the only reason I'm bringing light to it is because of the situation, how it played off, you know? Mm-hmm. First thing I want to say, where is the authorities or the people that are in control when their people get in trouble? Like, who watch the watchers? Because I'm seeing situations where officers beating up partners on boats and pulling them off, and who pulling gun at who and all them kind of thing. And I find like there's nobody talking about it.
Yo, my brother, you actually, did you hear that the Royal Grenada Police Force found an M14 rifle and an AKS rifle together with a 38 revolver and a 22 revolver, and they arrest nobody up in that is not no easy weaponry, you know the M14 rifle.
Yeah. They be ready for the Gideon.
No, but I tell you, the M14 rifle
for the Gideon. But remember, I
was the
mentioned
rifle that
things
was
in
used in Vietnam before they brought in the M16.
M16.
They found
Yeah.
that the M14, the wood that it was made out of in the tropical weather used to warp. So it used to give problems with accuracy.
True.
And it was heavy to jog through the jungle. So they came with the
True.
M16.
16.
But
Right.
it is a
Right.
very powerful
You could take
rifle.
a ship in. Yeah. You could
And
take some
then
ship in. You could go wet and thing too. Yeah.
the AKS is kind of like an all-purpose. You name it, they could do it with it.
Yeah,
So
man. AKS wicked.
they found that, you know, and
Yeah,
they arrest
Fadu.
nobody, but they find that. Well, listen,
Fadu, imagine.
I
imagine
ain't believe they find that just so. I believe somebody tell them to
I
go for it, but I wash my mouth.
I mentioned these things in it. I say Greens already for the turnover, the quick turnover, because it does a job fast. You get me?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so back to my brother, you know. I beg to the young ladies in Grenada, because the government keeps saying that there's so much opportunities for females and stuff. I find the biggest sector that going on right now is strip clubs. You get me? So my brother, you know.
Yeah, now wait, hold on, let's talk now.
No one, I know. Listen,
with
I know
them,
people that go
with them strip clubs there, boy. I ain't find out here nothing about
from
that.
all over the place.
Inbox,
all over the place.
Inbox, inbox. We gotta talk.
The biggest venture in Grenada right now, strip clubs. So I'm wondering, how is it that there's so much opportunities for these young females and so much of them getting into the city? You know what I mean? And it's not from this street version, yeah? You get me? You got bang girls and thing doing the thing too. You get me? People that's supposed to be in prominent positions.
I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know that.
So my brother, you know, his partner, after 9 years, bro, tell him that his kid is not his, bro. So it's actually somebody hit me up and tell me that they see my brother in a kind of distraught way, you know. I actually went and pick him up on the road, bro, crying, fam, in the street, in the middle of the street, fam. And that hurt me to a different way, because remember, I'm a single dad too, a single parent too, you get me? So
you know,
that touched me in a different form.
Fadu, you know, I believe that should be a arrestable offense, you know.
Family, this is just madness.
I believe some people need to take jail. You can't give man, okay, if I say it like that, people might not understand. If I say just give man jacket. But you cannot be in a situation where you have made a person believe that a child is theirs, they've expended all their emotional capital. Or forget the financial. The financial is nothing, you know. Money is money, come and go. But you see the emotional capital, that is a different situation. And when you've put all that emotional capital into it, and then you find out the child is not yours, I believe somebody should be going to jail.
Fadu, don't touch me different, bro, because a lot of sacrifices, you know. The man had plans for school and all that stuff. He make that stuff because the female actually have other kids too. So he was, and that's not his, and he was taking care of them too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess she found a better opportunity, and she decided to do that, and that touched me a different way. So I just want to tell
she should be going to jail, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. A message, a PSA to the females in Grenada. We are not the enemy. When you guys spoke and say you were suffering and you were hurting because we need to pull our weight, we heard. We are really trying, bruv. I beg y'all, don't make this a war of the sexes. It's not going to end well. We are not the enemy. All right. Once I get out of the way, let me deal with some of them boys and them, you know. So more and more we've seen that a lot of these things that these individuals are saying are being proven to be lies.
Mm-hmm.
Fabrication of terminological inexactitudes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you go around that? How do you go around misleading the people in so many different forms and blatantly just throwing it out like, oh, you really don't care? There are individuals suffering from. There are individuals hurting from. And it bewilders me to see how comfortable some individuals could have excess. Do you understand? And throw it away for the dogs, bruv. And the people that just can buy some back and neck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? This is not the Grenada I know. And as I always advocate, I'm the last one to be talking about morals or conducts in that degree. But through my years, I understand there's some things that work and some things that don't. And clearly, the mode of operation that's being pushed right now is not working. It don't matter who could have a short-term benefit, brother. In the long run, because the short game and the long game, yeah. In the long game, it's gonna be crazy. I beg the people of Grenada, females, stop making us the enemy. The individuals that all you're gravitating to is exploiting you guys. I beg. When them, I don't want to get your show into trouble now, but we don't know it have MPs and things that does only want to pay for a bus fee when they solicit services. Do you understand? I don't want to get into trouble.
Bro, I know who you're talking about. I know the situation you're talking about, and I know the individuals you're talking about when you mention bus fee.
You understand? And these
all I go say, tongue is
in the country.
All I go say, tongue is my place too.
Oh my days, bro. These people are leading the country from, and they involved in this debauchery too. So I'm saying is like, where exactly they put, like, what is the plan, fam? What is the plan for the survival of Grenada? Because the next thing that going on to, the more dysfunction we have in society is the less children we have. So almost, if there's like a decade of not planning for children or planning for a proper family structure, it's more or less we getting extinct, yeah? Like, I don't know if they're thinking about that. The more dysfunction they put in the system is the less effective we ought to maintain. It's only gonna end up in the left, bruv. It's gonna be like a bloody bad, bruv, because everybody will try to get theirs. Why are you not seeing that, Grenada? Father, yo, this is frustrating, bro. This is I don't understand. It's crazy having so much information and I'm reacting and not acting. Do you know? That's the platform that's there. You cannot act. You have to react based on what they give and what they do and all that. It's frustrating, fam. So as I said, I speaking about my virgin that he had to fly out and all that. I'm scared like I might be in a mental breakdown too.
Nah, me and you go talk. Me and you go talk otherwise, man. We go deal with that.
Family, this is mad. I'm having personal issues where people are taking more or less plagiarizing my work, fam. And pushing
I know of instances of that. And you see, the thing is this, much persons that listening may not know, and you're a person who deals with art. I'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
And I know that some persons have contacted you, asked for you to do certain things for them, and after you have done it, even watermarked and so on, these individuals have taken the same thing and they have gone and built stuff over it,
reconstructed it,
using the same concept.
Madness,
and refusing to pay you. I know, because I am believe me, I know a lot more than you might think I know, but I know.
Yo, Fadu, this is madness. I'm really trying to keep the peace. I'm trying to keep my sanity, but
I just don't want to expose. I don't just want to expose somebody work.
Difficult.
I just don't want to expose somebody work that you've done. You didn't give me permission to do that.
Fair enough. I appreciate that. Because just the same way too, you know.
People need to know that I don't think I'll just say it like this. I don't think anybody that's listening to this program tonight has not seen something that you have done.
True.
Every single one of them have seen something that you have done. None of them have seen, even if they're not based in Grenada. It doesn't exempt them. They have seen something that you have done.
Yo, it's mad. It's mad. Fadu, I had so much things to talk about, and just bringing that up, it just makes me feel like I just feel down right now. But anyways, have a blessed one. We'll connect different. Do you know what I mean?
All right, brother. You are best man. Yeah. All right, folks. That's my good friend Fadu. Yeah. And I wonder if I get in contact with this person. But let me see if I get in contact with this person. Yeah. No, Patty. No, those are not the ones. Those were found in St. Patrick. Yeah, those were found in St. Patrick. They found M14 rifle. And for those who are involved in that sort of thing and like those sort of thing, M14 rifles are the precursor to the M16 rifle. They were used during the Vietnam conflict. I think they may have been used as well in the Korean conflict. That doesn't mean they're old. Yeah, because a musket could still kill you and a slingshot could still kill you, right? And they were found in St. Patrick recently, along with an AKS and some pistols and so on. And I don't think that is something that we need to take lightly, that those sort of things were found. Because if that was found, what is still hidden? Yeah? So we need to be concerned about those sort of things. Yeah? Folks, the phone lines are still open though. Someone was asking me the question in relation to the WeNoise app, that app that you can use on your smart television and so to view all the stations. If it is only available in the US, no. It is available wherever you are. So whether you're in the US, you're in Grenada, you're in another Caribbean island, you're in Africa, you're in Asia, wherever you are, it is available. So you could just WhatsApp the number and they would be able to set you up and so on. So it is available wherever you are. It is not just for the US and Brooklyn and so on, because WeNoise is based there. If you're in Canada, you can have it. If you're in the US, wherever, you can have it. You're in Grenada, you can have it. You're in Dominica, you can have it. Whichever island, you can have it as well. So someone was asking me that question. Just thought I would respond to that particular one. So yeah, the main thing I wanted to speak about tonight, I haven't even spoken about it yet. And let me jump into that before I run out of time. Yeah? Folks, the government of Grenada on a quarterly basis puts out what is known as the Consumer Price Index. It gives an indication of the change in prices of basic items, a basket of items. They select certain items and they track over a period of time the price of those items over, for instance, they may look at the first quarter of 2024. So they look at January to, let's say, April of 2024, and then they look at January to April of 2025, and they would make a comparison if the price of certain items have gone down or if those prices have gone up. Yeah? In Grenada, for some strange reason, I see they're doing some kind of, on a kind of monthly basis and all kind of thing too. I know about that particular one, but I know that when you look at the Consumer Price Index, let me pull it up here, the Consumer Price Index, and this is the Consumer Price Index that was sent out just last week. Yeah, let me just pull it up here. All right, this was sent out on the 9th of May 2025. We're on the 13th. So this was sent out on Friday, the Consumer Price Index. So it gives an indication of the change in price of items. And they're speaking here in the short term about price decreases, and that might be between January and February and that sort of thing. But we need to look closely at this part because this affects your pocket, my pocket, all of our pockets. And there are significant increases in relation to items that we all use. So it says when compared to the corresponding month of last year, February 2024, the index moved from 119.32 index points to 120.14 index points in February 25, recording an increase of 0.68%. That is overall, when you take into consideration the basket of goods that is being assessed. The rise is attributed to increases in the following groups. Food and, wait now, you're hiding thing there, man. Let me pull it down so, right. Food and non-alcoholic beverages, 1.52. So you might be paying a little more for the rum and thing, we mind for that. Alcoholic beverages and tobacco, 1.67. So there's an increase in relation to people who go in and smoke and they go in and drink and so if it's one of them people that smoke and drink, there's an increase. Clothing and footwear, 3.31%. So there's an increase in relation to shoes and clothes like school clothes, all of those things, there's a slight increase there. Furnishing, household equipment and routine household maintenance, 7.93% increase. And remember, this at a point in time that the people of Carriacou, Petit Martinique, the northern part of Grenada, are trying to put back stuff in their homes due to Hurricane Beryl, there's a 7.93% increase in relation to those things. Health, that's as a singular item. Health has an increase of 1.07% increase. So whatever it cost you to go to the doctor last year, at this time, it costs more to go to that doctor at this point in time, 1.07%. And that's just when it's speaking about the doctor visits themselves. Transport, 0.69% increase. And remember, the bus drivers, they can increase the price. The taxi drivers, not really increasing the price. But there is an increase in relation to the cost of transportation. It may not be passed on to the consumer, the people who are taking the bus and so on, but there is an increase in relation to transport. Those of you that take the planes would realize. Communications, 0.04%. We've seen the increase in relation to Flow and Digicel and all of these companies in relation to our monthly bills. Recreation and culture, 0.04%. That is people going party and thing. Education, the cost of school books, school fees, etc., 1.26%. Restaurant and hotels, 3.29%. Those of you that like to go out and eat, you'd realize that last year it cost you less to go out to the hotel, bring your mother out for Mother's Day, bring your sister out for her birthday, bring your brother out for his anniversary, him and his wife. You realize that it cost you less last year than it costs right now. And these increases resulted due to the rise in the following. So those increases that you heard there, they are based on increases in relation to other things. So rice, name one Grenadian that don't use rice, increased by 8.45% between last year and this year. Cereals, your cornflakes for your children and thing increased by 0.92%. Yeah, your bakery products increased, pasta products, so your macaroni and them thing increased by 1.11%. When you see beef, like 3.90, pork 4.01, mutton 7.48, poultry, chicken and thing, eggs 0.39, deli meats, well no, eggs separate, deli meats 0.94, fresh fish increase by 0.33, milk increase, cheese increase, eggs increase, butter increase, margarine increase, fresh fruits increased by 16.16%. So the thing that you need the most, that is the best for you, increased by the most so far, 16.16% for fruits, fresh fruits. That is the increase in the state of Grenada right now. Preserved fruits increased by 0.33%. Milk increase. Cheese increase. No, we had that already. Fresh vegetables increase. Potatoes increased by 7.40%. Frozen vegetables, even if you ain't getting it fresh and you get vegetables frozen, 2.84%. Sugar, well, we know that was increasing, 0.29%. And here the thing with sugar. Sugar is an item, don't leave yet, let's stay. Sugar is an item that was controlled by the Marketing and National Importing Board. So the increases you're seeing, if we had a national Marketing and National Importing Board in place, it could have mitigated against the increases in things like this, and rice with the 8.45%, the sugar with the 0.25%. But again, we have a government that doesn't care. So jams and honey, them kind of thing, 2.01%, other food products, 1.15%, cocoa tea and them kind of things, 0.8%. Water. You cannot survive as a human being without water because you're made up of it. 4.21%. Soft drinks, we already care about that. 1.87%. Fruit juices, 3.4%. Rum for the rum men, 2.68%. Bring your money home for your wife. Stop going and drink the rum. Wine, 1.86%. Beer, 0.6%. Cigarettes, 1.60%. Men's footwear, and this was before the Trump tariffs, 5.46%. You could imagine after the tariffs from Trump what that is right now. Women's footwear, 3.87%. Bedroom furniture, again, with the Trump tariff, all of these things are going to increase by significant margins. Yeah? But one of the areas I want you to look at is here. Forget domestic services are just based because they've changed now the basic rate of salary. It has increased domestic services to 65.52%, even though those who are working in the public sector, those who are cleaning the schools and so on, are not benefiting from the 65.52% increase. The government that put it in place is not passing it on to those people who are working within the government service. Pharmaceutical products, that's medication and so on, has increased by 0.67% in that time frame between the first quarter of last year and this quarter, right? Other medical products have increased by 10.45%. It means that in order to get your medication, in order to get your treatment and so on, you have to dig deeper in your pocket to pull out more money. Transportation services itself departs and take 3.94%. Passenger transport services by air, so those who take any plane to Carriacou and the plane to other islands, 10.7%. Telephone services by 0.04%. Books, they want us reading, 0.26%. Pre-primary and primary education, where they're saying that they're now, all these things are free. Pre-primary and primary education has increased by 4.03%. And we saw what restaurant services and so on are. Housing, water, electricity, gas, and others, they're saying declined by 0.37%. What this means, folks, is basically the increases that government likes to boast about, the increases that they are telling you, let me just move this here. The increases that government boasts about, and they tell you that they've increased this by that, and they've increased the basic salary, has already been eroded totally by the increases that you're seeing in these areas. So if you got an increase in salary due to the minimum wage being changed, that already gone. And remember, for those of you in the public service, you had to pay the pension, you had to pay the increased NIS and so that gone from it. And in addition to that, you have to be paying these increases. It means when you go with your trolley, last year this time, into the supermarket, you go in Huggins by Anya and them, or you go in Andals or wherever you go, and you go with your trolley and you fill it up. What you're paying then, you're paying significantly more now. So you are not better off. Even with the increases in salary, the increases here in the consumer price index have already taken that away. That's gone. But they are still trying to make you feel that you are better now than you were during the period of the New National Party. And we're just looking at the first quarter of last year, and again, folks, these figures that I've shown you are not the figures of Sheldon Scott and the New National Party. You see, you signed the Kenita Paul, you have signed. She's the Director of Statistics, right? That is Miss Kenita Paul. You see her signature. It's not my signature that there, right? And this is from printed by the government printer, the Government Printing Office, St. George's, 2025. This is not done by me. The Consumer Price Index comes from the government of Grenada. And as such, I am not responsible for the information here. They are telling you through the Consumer Price Index that the price of basic goods and services have significantly increased. So if you pay $10 for certain things before, you might be having to pay $13 or $14 or more for those services and those goods. So when they talk about we increase minimum wage, what have they done to reduce the Consumer Price Index to ensure that these goods and so on are maintained at a particular level, so that when you increase the pay of people through changing the minimum wage, that they can actually see more funds, that they can save more money. But instead, due to the increase in the Consumer Price Index over an extended period of time, it has already not just eroded, it has erased any increase people receive. And you all know it's true, because you all going to the supermarkets. You all going to the supermarkets, you all going to the market, you all are buying the goods and services. You all have to go to the doctor. You realize what you used to pay last year, you're paying more this year. If you used to pay at 60, you're paying at 65 to go and do a visit and so on. If you were paying, in some instances, with certain medications and so on, there are people who are paying a $30 and a $40 and so on, and right now paying 80 and 90, for certain types of medication. So it is not a case that the government has done anything to restrict this. They have not said that we're going to deal with the charges at the port or we're going to deal with the charges at other areas so that we can restrict the cost of these things. They are allowing it to get out of hand. And remember, I showed you all what was taking place in relation to medical products and pharmaceutical products. Let me just pull it up here again for you. And take this in the context that the present president of the United States, you see it here, pharmaceutical products, 0.67, other medical products, 10.45%, right? Take this in the context that the present president of the United States has said that he will be addressing pharmaceutical companies that are operating outside of the US and making sure that they come to operate in the US. Even if he is successful in doing that, it's going to take 5, 6 to 7 years before these companies become fully operational in the United States. They've got to find place to operate. They've got to import the equipment from same China that they're trying to move them from, which is going to kill you with tariffs. Then on top of that, you have to train American staff to do the jobs that the Chinese staff was doing, or you're going to have to bring the Chinese in to do the work, which they ain't going to do. So it's going to take an extended period of time. It's not going to happen in 6 months, 1 year, 24 months, 18 months. It's not going to happen in that. It's going to take a longer period of time for him to be able to achieve that goal if he does achieve it, which means during that period of time, we down here are going to have to face the high cost of those pharmaceutical products and the medical services. Our government isn't speaking to us on that. They come and they brango in people. And you all understand what I mean when I say brango. They brango in people right now about big announcement. The announcement tomorrow is that you go in and do the teaching hospital and you find funding and blah, 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 blah. You get in this arrangement and all that thing. We know where you're coming with tomorrow. Don't try to make us feel you're going and call a general election because you know that you're going to lose if you call a general election right now. You know that, I know that, and Justin Pierre tell all of that. So all you know, all you're going to lose if you call a general election right now. And we ain't saying that just so. NNP is doing the work, and all of you NNPites need to ensure that you continue to do the work to ensure that the victory comes. So don't get tied up in the brango about big announcement tomorrow and all kind of thing. Remember, just before the convention was the same kind of tutul day they had all over the place about commenting, right? So we know the way they operate and that kind of thing. Folks, it is 10 past 10. I say I ain't going past that. It is all the time we have for tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. We will be on tomorrow. I guarantee you, we will be on tomorrow night, God's willing, with talking points for you. All the internet issues have been sorted out. We're good to go. We'll be on tomorrow night with talking points with you. I should have a guest on with me. We'll be speaking various issues and so on. And indeed, to the people at Lacolum, all you know them 3 people. Go and find them. May the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Folks, in everything you say and do it safe and secure. Want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm out for tonight. Love you all.
This song is dedicated to all the heathen and those that think they can change the course of time. Those that fight against the upright in heart and are too intelligent to overstand that the meek shall inherit the earth. Fire! You can't change your master's plan. Yes, I'm rising and rising higher, higher, higher. Hypocrite get a beating. As a child growing in the ghetto, love was always my motto. Why did you do it? Why? I sing but peace and harmony. These words you said are too easy. Why did you do it? Why? Who give you authority to jeopardize my integrity? Like an educated fool, you've been to many schools and still can't comprehend the golden rule. You can't keep a good man down. You smite the shepherd and scatter